Hey guys, it's Julie. I'm on an afternoon walk with the Black Lab, Bella. This is actually my first time working with her. Gabby has done all of her training, and how cool is it that I can take her as a complete stranger, new place, she's never been here before, put her equipment on, take her out to the road, and because I know the training is there, I can just start giving commands and she listens to me without question. That is how universal and transferable the training is, because the language stays the same. The e-collar language stays exactly the same no matter who is talking to the dog, as long as the dog understands the communication and as long as the handler understands what to do to get compliance from that dog, how to give the commands, how to use the remote, what tone to use, when it's appropriate to use the commands. Right now, we're in a beautiful off-leash heel. Remember, this is a Black Lab puppy that I just met. I took her out to the road and said, heel, and started walking, and she gave me this. This is why e-collar training is so amazing, because it's so consistent and it's reliable no matter where you are and no matter who is working the dog, as long as the dog is being held accountable and the human knows what they're doing. That's it. And it's not hard. Good girl. All right, I haven't done anything else with her other than the off-leash heel. So let's see what else she knows. Notice how I'm turning and she's turning with me. So she's following me. This is a working walk for her and a leisure walk for me. So she'll match my pace. Good girl. She'll match my pace, my direction. If I stop, she should sit her down. Sit. Good girl. I'm gonna flip the camera around, you guys. We're gonna do some downstays, some recall, and see what she knows. We're gonna have fun with her. Down. Good girl. Look at that. Now the down means stay in position until you're released. You can say stay one time. We're just trying to avoid begging her to stay and saying it 3,000 times. Stay one time and then it's implied. And if she were to break without me releasing her, I would just say no and I would tap the collar. And then if needed, I would say down and put her down again. Good girl. I really like the headspace that she's going into while she's working. One way to test if your dog is actually listening to you or if they're on autopilot is when you think they're anticipating something. So she's probably anticipating a recall, because a lot of the times the pattern is put your dog in a downstay, walk away, and then recall them to your feet. So I can actually tell her to down again. Let's just see if she's paying attention. She is a step ahead of me. This is a really smart dog. Down. That's a good girl. Now I'm going to recall her. So the pattern is, I'm going to say C-O-M-E. I tap the tone button on the collar. Then I praise her as she's on her way. And then depending on what I want to do, she either sits or downs at my feet, or I can flip and tell her to heel. Come. Good girl. Sit. She overshot me a little bit. We'll practice that. We don't want her taking out any hips or knees. Down. Good girl. So what I'm going to do to remedy that is, as she's on her way to me, I'm actually going to start tapping the collar stem, and that will slow her down, because we don't want her running full speed to go 20 feet. She needs to have awareness on when she needs to slow down and when she needs to stop. Come. Much better. So I don't know, you guys couldn't tell. Okay, I'm at a 27. As I could tell she was running full speed, I'm just tapping this. And it kind of told her, hey, have some awareness, slow down. I don't need you ramming into me, and I don't need you running past me either. Okay, but she's super happy to work. Good girl. Now I'm going to turn, heel, and I'm going to tell her to heel. This is all just ways you're going to be using this obedience every day as part of your life, part of your routine. So maybe you take your daily walk and heel, you stop and have her sit, you release her to go potty, and then you recall her back. It's a really nice way to interact with your dog. Sit, Good girl. What a sweetie pie. Break. Good girl. Yay. Oh, what a sweetheart. One last thing we're going to practice with Bella after the walk is a habit that I like to get into, which is letting her have some free time in the yard and then recalling her in and putting her on place. That's a really nice decompression spot after a walk instead of just bringing her in and letting her free roam all around the house. So what we're going to do is tap the tone on the collar. She should respond to that by coming in, and then I'm going to use a pointed finger and point to that bed right there where she should get on and lay down, and at that point she can be left on as long as you really want her there. Good girl. Place. Good girl. She almost got off, but she caught herself and she laid down instead. Nice job, sweetheart. So I've fulfilled her needs. We've had a nice walk. We had a little training session. She had some free time out in the yard. Now I'm gonna go do some people things and let her relax on the place bed.